Hey guys, it's Ashley, and you're watching another one of my Pretty Little Liar recap and review. This episode was really intense, like mind blowing, and I probably say that a lot about all of the episodes, but this one was amazing, and I can't wait for next week's episode, which is the mid season summer finale. I'm gonna roll my intro now. It is time for another one of my Pretty Little Liars recap and review time.
Taking this one to the grave. If I show you, then I know you won't tell what I said. 'Cause two can keep a secret if one of them is.
Last night's episode was called Season 3, Episode 10, Single Fright Female. They focused a lot about Paige being possibly or killing Maya, which it kind of does make sense. Okay, it does make sense. She has a dark side, and her and Allison had some history with each other. They hated each other's guts. But yeah, I'll get to that later. See, in the beginning, the pastor that Hannah's mom is dating, Ted, he drops by to Hannah's house and he says that he found a USB jump drive behind one of the pews, and that's the jump drive that Spencer threw in the church while Ian was after her. She thought all this time that Ian took the jump drive with him, but I guess he didn't. He found it and he was asking Ashley if he should turn it into the police because he watched it, and it was like Hannah and her friends getting dressed and they didn't know that they were being filmed. So he gave it to Ashley to watch it, and Hannah wanted to take it, but her mom wanted to watch it first, see, and she's like, I'll decide what I'll do with it. With Aria, Ezra, Wesley, same storyline with Ezra getting his high school girlfriend pregnant. I'm getting really tired of it. Aria's scenes nowadays is hardly ever with her family or the other three girls. It's always with Ezra now. It's kind of getting old. I mean, I love the couple. I mean, yeah, it's good, but they're getting like too much screen time. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Aria, she's still like unsure like how to deal with Ezra's mom paid Maggie to stay away from him. So she finds out that Maggie is a teacher like at this school for like little kids, and she pretends to be someone else visiting the school like just to talk, see if she wants to be a teacher or not. Aria goes by the name Amy and she talks to Maggie. It was in school, like the kids were playing, and then this one little kid, this boy, asks Maggie for permission for something, and Aria's like, oh, that's cute how they ask you permission for everything, and Maggie's like, oh yeah, but this one's an exception because he's my son. Aria was just frozen. She didn't know what to say. And it's like, yeah, I know what you were thinking. I was a teen mom. Yeah, she has a 7-year-old son. Kinda resembles Ezra. That looks like a little Ezra. Aria, she's a bit hurt. And, like, it's typical Aria getting too much. Like, over worrying, overthinking things, making the whole situation bigger than it is. It's also Ezra's birthday, and Wesley and Aria are getting kind of close. I have a feeling Wesley likes Aria, and maybe Aria likes him back. Well, maybe no, I don't think so. Maybe she's getting feelings for him because she invited Wesley over and it was Ezra's birthday. When they kissed after they sang happy birthday, Wesley was looking at them and she quickly pulled away. So I don't know. And also Nate, he can't get over that kiss with Emily and he's getting mixed signals. He doesn't get it. Like, he wants to go on a date with Emily and all of this, and Emily's telling him that no, she doesn't even know what that was. She wants to be just friends with him. He kind of understands, but he's a bit confused. He goes to Hannah, asks her what's with Emily. He's confused, and she tells him that she's gay. Not Hannah's gay, that Emily's gay. And he's like, yeah, I know, but Maya wasn't like that or something. This episode really involved with Paige possibly being or killing Maya. Now, this is my thoughts on it, on that theory. I'm gonna tell you why I think it's true and while it's not true. Number one, why I think she could have killed Maya. Or maybe killed Allison. So it's revealed in a flashback in this episode that she had a thing for Emily and she could have been jealous of Allison being close to Emily. And Spencer says that in the episode. So maybe she wanted to hurt her. They had a feud going on. They don't really say what kind of feud. They just hated each other's guts. Maybe wanted to get back at Allison for something that Allison did. For killing Maya, she could have been jealous of Maya. And she, she has a dark side, like Spencer said too. She almost tried to drown Emily at one point. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe not dangerous, but she has a secret probably, because pretty much everyone in Rosewood has a secret. The reasons why I don't think she's A is because, like, why would she be dating Emily if she was A? Like, I mean, A hates the four girls and A is picking on Emily, the weakest link, so why would she pick on Emily the most when she loves Emily? Like, it doesn't make sense. And because I love Paige and Emily together, like, they're like a good couple, and I don't want Emily to find out that Paige is part of the A team or killed Maya, because Emily will never find love. First love interest, Allison, gets killed, Maya gets killed, Paige is A and she has to go to jail. What is that? Okay, I just think if Paige is A, they're making it way too obvious. I mean, it's almost like in the first season when they made like as if Jenna was A, and I don't think she's A. And they also made like as if it was Toby, it was A, and pretty much all of us believed that. I remember I believed Toby was A, but he's not. He's harmless as we know of. Well, we don't know if he really is, but I'm pretty sure he's not. I mean, doesn't seem the type. This series gets confusing. I wish they stop adding new characters because it's getting a bit confusing. Meanwhile, Spencer, she's helping Cece out at this boutique. Goes into one of the dressing rooms to change into this dress to try on, and out of nowhere, a snake, like in a box in a corner, starts slithering and hissing at her. She's pounding on the door. Cece, Cece. Cece finally gets to the door and lets Spencer out because the door was like jammed. Like she couldn't open the door, and you could only open it from the outside, I guess. Spencer, she's scared. I mean, that snake was like just at her. And then that leads her thinking that Paige is A, because she said something about Paige snaking around or something, and then it just happened to have a snake there. And she also learns that from Cece, Allison had a feud with Paige. Her pigskin is her nickname. Spencer has a flashback of all of the four girls in Spencer's room trying on clothes, and they see a huge bruise on Allie's back, and they ask her what's it from, and she's like, oh, that's just a girl from soccer practice. And she's like, oh, which girl? And she's like, pigskin. You don't need to know her real name. Paige kicked her, and that's how she got the bruise on her back. So she kind of has a violent side. And also when Hannah was in the dressing room, she went in the dressing room to see if there would be any snakes there or anything, any sign of A. So she goes in there, tries on a dress, and someone's hand from the back grabs her so she can't scream. And so it is Caleb. He tells her that he talked to Hannah's mom about the jump drive. Not a good idea to turn it in to the police with girls undressing and all that. He doesn't know if he really convinced her though. He tells her that he misses her. Then they make out in the dressing room. In the end though, the jump drive finally gets tossed in the garbage disposal down the drain on the sink. So Hannah's mom did. She watched the videos and she thinks Mona is the one that filmed those, when we all know it's the NET club. And she says apparently Mona liked to spy on adults too. There was a video of her and Detective Wilden going on a date and stuff like that. That's why she tossed it. No one needed to see it. So Hannah's quite relieved, I guess. She promised Jenna, actually the four girls promised Jenna that they would keep those videos safe because there was the video of her and Toby. Spencer and Hannah invite Emily to come by to the Cece's boutique to talk things over with. But Emily, she brings Paige, and Spencer and Hannah wasn't expecting that. Emily leaves to try on something, and Paige, she wants to get to know Spencer better because she knows that Spencer thinks that she's dangerous or has something against them because Emily kind of told her, and she kind of figured it out on her own. Spencer, she tells Hannah that she still thinks Paige is A, and she thinks that Paige is just being kind before killing them. And then later on, they want to know if they could find anything suspicious in Paige's bag. So they tell Paige to give an outfit to Emily for them. So she goes, they grab her bag, and Paige and Emily come back and they're busted. Emily's like, she grabs the bag from them. She's like, okay, we're leaving. They leave. They have a nice moment outside, start talking. Paige, she breaks down crying, tells Emily how Allison tormented her. She wanted to leave Rosewood, but she didn't want Allison to win. So then Emily comforts her. Paige, after she kind of calms down, she goes, they're on her doorstep, and she goes inside to watch these berries. So Emily's just outside by herself, and Jenna comes along, and Jenna's like, oh, I thought you were alone. She looks at the two mugs that Paige and her was drinking, and she told Emily, be very careful who you spend time with. Jenna just went into a cab. Men were packing up suitcases in the trunk, and she just kept staring at the car like, what is going on with Jenna, and why'd she say that? Still looking. Paige comes out. Emily left her phone on the doorstep. Her phone rings, and it's Spencer. She presses ignore, and she kind of like smirks evilly. They're kind of making her really dark and shady in this episode. And there's two people in these black suits and the black gloves, and then they're like, one of them plays like this oldies, or this weird oldies music from this jukebox, and they're kind of making it seem like Ezra, because in the episode Ezra, he was playing old music while Wesley and Aria was over for his birthday, but I don't think it's him. Other person in the black suit holds an out, and the other person in the black suit hands them like the keys for the unit that they are renting with the A. Yeah, what do you think? This series is getting even more crazy. I can't wait for next week, called The Lady Killer. We're gonna find out who killed Maya, and I really hope it wasn't Paige, because then I'm gonna break down crying in the next recap. I won't, but yeah, it's gonna be really intense, like all of the other mid-season finale, and the finale episodes are always huge, so make sure you don't miss that. I'll be doing a recap on it. And also, my Twitter is down below if you want to tweet me or follow me on there, and my Tumblr too, because I post a lot of Pretty Little Liar things. Yeah, check them out if you want to follow me. And I'll maybe follow you back. Have a good day. Have a good week. Have a good night if you're watching this at night. Bye guys. Peace out.